that Lookout Mountain?
Yeah.
See the homes are very
All right, so I'm back with a race recap from Chattanooga. It was a bit of a whirlwind 2 weeks between the two races, St. George and Chattanooga. When I got back from St. George, I was right back into the swing of things, working, 40 to 60 hour weeks, balance between being an RMT, a triathlon coach, and doing all the administrative work. So not a ton of time for training and recovery. I was also dealing with my hamstring issue. I think I only ran like 4 or 5 times, none of the times without pain between the two races. But maybe it was a blessing that I ran so little because my run legs were super fresh. We headed down to Chattanooga driving on the Thursday. I was super happy to be able to do this race with my sister Sara. Myself and my husband Adam and her family were all down there together, and it was a lot of fun. The pre-race was hectic as usual. I just feel like there's always so many boxes to check before you can get to that start line, and I felt this time in particular it was particularly exhausting. The swim, I was really happy that it was a non-wetsuit swim. The harder the conditions, the better for me. Or so I thought. The gun went off on this one, and I was really surprised at how rough it was. Not just at the start, but the entire way. I felt like I was being dunked under, kicked. I couldn't find some clear water. So that was a new experience for me. I knew I was in a good position because I could see Jackie Herring leading the group. But just not a very pleasant experience for me, not because I was working really hard, I was just settled in, but just the kind of viciousness of it all. But that's pro triathlon swimming, so I better get used to it. The tri-suit that I wore at last race and this race, super amazing, flexible shoulders for swimming, so that felt really good. I'm super happy to have a Santini suit, and a special thank you to Rafale Sports and the Cycling Collective for getting me all set up with that. I came out of the water in 12th. I was happy with that. I was right with the group. Unfortunately, they lost me in transition again, something to work on. And then from the get-go, I didn't feel like I had my bike legs again. I felt great riding in between the two races, but for some reason, I felt a little flat on race day. And I don't know whether it's the lack of outdoor riding, or because my fitness indoors, I held 191 watts, no problem for a 2.5 hour ride indoors. But outdoors, 180 watts seems to be where I'm at for these races, which is just not good enough. So still some work to do to figure that out. I'm hopeful with outdoor riding, I'll get a little bit better in that area. The bike is amazing. It's super fast. It makes up for my lack of power. The wheels are great. My fit from JP at Brown's feels great. I just need 10 minutes in the bike to put myself sort of up there in contention in the top 10. So I think that will come. Overall, the bike course was great. I did get to ride with another girl for a little bit, work together legally. I just wish that I could be pushing 10 to 15 watts more. Then on to the run. So in case you're wondering, I was able to cue myself while moving very successfully. Anyways, it was really fun. I left transition with like 5 other girls, and I felt really good right off the bat. No doubt, like my nutrition on the bike, I nailed it this time. So I had my precision hydration, totaled about 500 to 700 mils an hour, about 500 milligrams of sodium per hour, and 76 grams of carbs per hour, and some caffeine. I did what I planned to do, front loaded the nutrition, and stopped eating 30 minutes before I got off the bike to let that all settle. And I had no GI issues on the run. The hamstring tightness was definitely present on the run. I could feel it, but it didn't get worse. So, I just kind of managed it, focused on shortening my strides a little bit, and I was pleasantly surprised that I just kept holding these paces. I kept looking at my watch and be like, am I really running this fast? And I never really seemed to fade in terms of energy. I undoubtedly owe a lot of my run strength to Jake, who I worked with this winter on a lot of run-specific strength and conditioning. And I don't think that I would be running this well if it wasn't for that program. So run time 1:27, and I crossed the line as the 13th woman, 13th out of 39 pros. I do have some work to do on the bike, but the swim have me in good contention and good place. So I'm really happy with that. And I'm doing all this while balancing my regular work life, regular family life. I do have some amazing supporters, some amazing sponsors, and I don't think that I would be able to do this without them. My family and friends that are always encouraging, I am especially thankful for. And as a little side, post-race, we had a little fun. So those of you who know me know that I love country music, but I cannot dance. But I really wanted to learn to line dance because I feel like those are a little bit more simple steps, maybe. And I should be able to learn that. So we went out to Whiskey Cowgirl, and I learned how to line dance. And we had a ton of fun. So if you're in Chattanooga, check that place out.
Like some late night horseback riding, sipping on some southern homemade wine. If a little two-stepping, stargazing, breathtaking love making is what you're dreaming of.